Hey tankers, Asiaticus here. Today we're playing the American Tier 6 medium tank, the M4A3E8 or EZ8. It's a pretty decent tank. It's got okay mobility for a medium tank. It's not fast, but it's not slow for a medium. It has a decent gun, pretty punchy, good penetration, good alpha, good rate of fire. It has not the best accuracy, not the best gun handling, but workable. It has poor armor, not very good hull armor. It's a tall tank. It doesn't have very good turret armor except for the gun mantling, so the only shots you're really going to expect to bounce are off the front of the turret. You can make use of this. This is like most American tanks. This has good gun depression, and that's one of the real features of the tank, one of the things that drew me to it. I like mediums that are very versatile, that have good gun depression. You can use in lots of different kinds of terrain. Here I have moved up to this spot behind the bushes. I'm looking to get spots across here, and I see one of the British tank destroyers. Frankly, they kind of all look the same to me, and they all kind of act the same to me. They have excellent armor, they're slow, and you can see he's trying to back out of this. I've switched to APCR to make sure I penetrate, and I'm going to get 3 shots into him pretty effectively before he's managed to back down into cover. From here I can move over to the left here. There's a ridge that you can use that if you, again, have good gun depression, you can pop up over, look over, show your gun mantlet. Look how, if I move up here, I can even get shots down over there. In a Russian medium, I'd have to be going through all kinds of maneuvers to try to compensate for the lack of gun depression, but here I don't have to do that. I can bounce around, wait for them to show up, and eventually they're going to do that. For the most part, my team is down below the bunkers, and much of their team is down there. Here's a KV-13. I put one through his side armor. He's got excellent turret and frontal hull armor, but I can go through his side without too much trouble. We have a Stug coming up. We bounce a shot off of his gun mantlet, and he's charging down. Optimally, I would have dodged to the side of him, but the terrain doesn't really quite allow me to do that. Put a shot into him, and then an ally manages to kill him. I take just very little bit of damage, and my tracks are damaged. And I work my way back up this gully here. And you note that I can use the gun depression here to fire again at the KV-13. Wouldn't be able to do this in a tank with poor gun depression. I'm kind of using that over and over again because with any tank, what you want to do is use its advantages and minimize its disadvantages. Here, I don't have the penetration to do this. I have APCR, I have a small chance to penetrate the center of the turret, fail to do that. But I can go through up at the top there, and he's dead. Now I'm going to advance. Got a couple enemy tanks up here. There's an American T-25 I can put a shot into. It goes up over that ridge, and I missed that shot. But I've got other stuff to shoot at. I've got a Panzer IV here. He's not paying much attention to me. I can stay behind cover as I do that. He's dead. And now it's just clean up. Advance here, try to aim in on the T-25, but boom, he's dead. Now we have a desperate Panther M10, Tier 7 German premium medium tank. You notice I do have the ability to penetrate him, but he's a tough opponent here. He's advancing on me. I am more mobile than him, so I can go around and turn on him, and he's starting to pay attention to our Hellcat. So I can just stay with him, stay on the other side of his turret, put shots into him as fast as I can reload, and just keep on working that. And the Hellcat's going to take him out. So, second class mastery, 2100 damage, top damage for the team. Did pretty well there. Now here's a game on False Creek. We are moving up toward the bridge and the cap area. And we notice that pretty much the entire enemy team has gone to the stone bridge, so we're moving up here. Notice we can stay behind this ridge, stay largely unexposed except for our turret, and use our gun depression to put in sniper fire across this way. This is not an incredibly accurate gun. It's got a 0.4 dispersion, but we can get some shots in with some accuracy. And then at this point, we see a couple of tanks have come around to the other side of the cap circle, so we are going to come in and try to support here. We've got an M4 here. We shot into him. There is Sherman Jumbo. I foolishly fire into the back of my allied tank. And then I decide I really don't want to be out there trading shots. I do not want to be exposing my hull. I want to come around here where I have a better chance of being able to fire over cover and use my gun depression. Always thinking, how can I use the advantages of this tank and minimize the disadvantages? Come around, put a shot into the Sherman Jumbo, kill him. Looking for other shots, and I bounce a shot off of my turret here from an unspotted enemy tank. Try to come around behind cover, and that tank is spotted. It's a Crusader. Put a shot into him. He is not a major threat unless he can put a whole bunch of shots into me. Any of his individual shots is going to do very little damage, so I just have to make sure I'm not in a DPM war with him. Oh, and here comes KB1. Bounce off the front of his turret. Switch to APCR, miss a shot. And really, I should have switched to AP here. I do not need APCR to get to the side of this tank. One of the problems of switching to premium ammo is sometimes you just forget that you're in that mode, and you just keep spending money that you don't need to spend. But he's dead. I realized I didn't need to do that. I switch over to AP. There is an enemy SU-100 coming across here. I bounce off his gun mantlet, but I am unspotted. I'm behind this hill. I'm sorry, behind this tree, and he is not looking at me. He's too far away. He's going to spot me in a moment, but I'm able to put a couple shots into him. And now I'm spotted. Bounce off of him again somehow. And there he goes. And now, unfortunately, this isn't really cap. We were doing very well, but didn't have a chance to finish the game as we would have liked. So a win is a win. We still did top damage for the team. We were doing very well. Would have been nice to finish that out with hunting down everybody, but that's fine. Here we're again on Rockfield. I am platooning with Double Kill in a T1 Heavy. And notice I really like these little sniping spots up here. It's where I usually go in a medium to look for shots as they come across these open areas. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. And we really should have gotten out of here as I knew I was spotted. I traded a shot and bounced off the enemy KB-13, took a shot. That was not a good combination. I bounce up here briefly where I really can't get shot at, but I can get spots. And we're up here trading with a couple enemy tanks. Put one into the SU. Trying to expose only my turret and use my good gun depression here. We've got a gun carrier which can definitely penetrate the front of our turret, so it'd be nice to take that out of the equation. Put a couple of shots into him. Now, I continue with this pattern a little too long. Put one into the Matilda. And at this point, they are going to start being able to time me and see that I'm popping up at a particular interval. Gun carrier is looking in at me, and I take a big shot from him. He's got a big gun. He doesn't have any armor. He doesn't have a lot of mobility. He does have a big gun. And I take another shot from him. So at this point, I realize that I've taken one, two shots too many. Under those circumstances, I'm going to start looking for other opportunities to shoot in other directions, or at least change up the pattern so that I'm not predictable in the way I'm popping out. I get a kill there, sneaky sniper shot. There are a couple of enemy tanks down there that are spotted. I'd love to be able to see if I can find any kind of little shots there around crooks and crevices in those rocks. Occasionally that can happen. Check on my teammate. He seems to be doing fine over there. Looks like they have a bunch of stuff coming down toward Cap. I spotted T-150 and put a shot into him. He is smart enough to back up behind a rock. Looking for other sniping shots without exposing myself. Sometimes you just gotta be patient with this stuff. He's not exposing himself. Good play on his part. Consider APCR, realize I'm not even going to get through with no matter what I do. I realize my partner has moved up to an excellent sniping position, and I'm going to move up in the same direction with him. We have the high ground, we might as well take advantage of that. Aim in here, put a shot into him, another shot into him. And he's playing poorly, leaving himself pretty exposed, taking way too many shots out in the open here. And he's dead. Now it's me and double kill against an enemy TD. My partner's moving up, and he's really betting on me. He's at half strength. He's going up against a strong tank destroyer that's very tough to manage from the front. He's calling for help. And he is expecting me to come in behind, which I am doing. I get a little caught up for a moment, and I start panicking a little bit. Oh my goodness, what if I get stuck back here and my partner dies? But I get up there, I start shooting him. I'm very concerned about my partner. And boom, he's dead. Excellent teamwork there, good game. That was a first-class medal. Double kill, and I got all of the kills there, most of the damage. Well done. So, I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe.